You've been told your whole life that seafood is one of the healthiest things you can eat. Doctors say it's heart smart. Nutritionists praise it as brain food. But what if I told you that some of the most common seafoods on your plate right now could be silently destroying your health after 60? This isn't clickbait. This is urgent science-backed truth. Because after age 60, everything changes. Your liver slows down, digestion weakens, inflammation skyrockets, and your body becomes far more vulnerable to toxins hiding in everyday foods. And guess where some of the worst offenders are hiding? Right there in your seafood platter. We're not talking about strange fish from a distant ocean or rare exotic meals. We're talking about the top 5 most consumed seafoods. The ones sitting in your freezer, your stir-fry, or that healthy shrimp salad you've been eating for years. These 5 seafoods can accelerate joint pain, spike cholesterol, trigger memory loss, and even raise your risk of stroke. And most seniors have no idea they're at risk. Why hasn't your doctor warned you? Because the global seafood industry is a multi-billion-dollar empire, and these foods are among its most profitable exports. Sound the alarm, and entire supply chains would collapse. So instead, the truth gets buried under marketing slogans like lean protein or omega-3 rich. And here's the kicker. While you're unknowingly consuming harmful seafood, there's a handful of little-known marine foods that can reverse the damage, restoring your joints, improving circulation, and making your skin feel alive again. But first, we need to talk about what's hurting you. So let's count down, from least dangerous to the most toxic, the 5 worst seafoods seniors should never touch, and why the first one might already be inflaming your joints without you even knowing it. Number 5. Squid, a hidden landmine for seniors. At first glance, squid seems like a pretty innocent choice. It's low in fat, high in protein, and it shows up on menus labeled as grilled calamari or seafood salad. It doesn't seem threatening. In fact, many health-conscious seniors opt for squid, thinking it's a lighter alternative to red meat or fried fish. But behind the tentacles and tenderness lies a silent threat that's especially dangerous after age 60. Let's start with cholesterol. Just 3 ounces of cooked squid packs in a jaw-dropping 198 milligrams of cholesterol. That's over 65% of your recommended daily limit in just a few bites. Now, when you're young, your liver works efficiently to process that cholesterol. But after 60, liver function naturally declines. Your body becomes less efficient at clearing out excess fats, which means that same portion of squid hits harder and raises your LDL cholesterol faster. A 2021 study published in the journal Nutrients uncovered a disturbing trend. Older adults who regularly consumed high-cholesterol seafoods like squid had a 43% greater chance of developing arterial stiffness. Arterial stiffness is one of the earliest predictors of heart attacks, strokes, and dangerous blood pressure spikes. But that's just the beginning. Squid is also high in purines, natural compounds that break down into uric acid. And as the kidneys age, they become less efficient at flushing that uric acid out. The result? Gout, fiery joint pain that attacks the toes, ankles, knees, and fingers without warning. A study from a journal of gerontology found that seniors who ate purine-rich seafood like squid more than twice a week had a 54% higher risk of developing chronic joint inflammation in just 2 years. Think about that for a moment. You're eating something that tastes healthy, yet it's quietly laying the foundation for crippling arthritis, painful swelling, and dangerous cholesterol spikes. And the danger is sneaky. Tom, a 68-year-old former construction supervisor, used to eat grilled calamari twice a week. It felt like a clean option, he said. Better than steak, right? But then came the changes. Stiff knees in the morning, swollen fingers, a feeling of heaviness in his leg like his circulation was clogged. Blood tests revealed soaring LDL cholesterol and high uric acid. The culprit? Squid, after cutting it out and replacing it with anti-inflammatory fish like wild salmon. Within 3 weeks, Tom reported less joint pain, clearer thinking, and a marked improvement in morning stiffness. Let's be clear, this doesn't mean all seafood is bad. But for aging bodies, squid is a metabolic trap. It delivers inflammation, cholesterol, and joint-damaging uric acid in a pretty little seafood package. The most dangerous part? It doesn't feel like junk food. It feels clean. It seems responsible. But your aging arteries, kidneys, and joints don't care what it looks like on the plate. They respond to what's in it. And with squid, that response is toxic. So if you're over 60 and you're serious about protecting your joints, keeping your arteries soft, and staying mobile, it's time to retire the calamari. But don't go anywhere. The next seafood on our list is even more deceptive. It's not even real seafood. Yet it's served in homes, buffets, and restaurants everywhere, especially to seniors trying to eat light. You won't believe what it's made of and how it could be quietly destroying your metabolism from the inside out. Stay tuned for Number 4. Imitation crab, the seafood fraud that spikes your blood sugar and wrecks your metabolism. It's on your sushi roll. It's tossed into salads. It shows up in pasta bakes, dips, and buffet trays. It peels like crab, looks like crab, and even smells a bit like crab. But imitation crab, often labeled as surimi or crab stick, isn't crab at all. And for seniors trying to eat light or make affordable seafood choices, this product can be a silent metabolic bomb. Let's start with the ingredients, and it's not a pretty picture. Imitation crab is made by grinding up low-quality fish scraps, usually pollock or other whitefish leftovers, into a white paste. Then it's mixed with refined starches, added sugars, salt, food coloring, and chemical flavorings to create something that mimics the taste and texture of crab. In short, it's no longer seafood. It's a heavily processed product designed in a factory, not fished from the sea. Why does this matter more after 60? Because the aging body doesn't handle processed foods the same way it used to. Here's what's going on inside your body when you eat imitation crab. Those refined starches, usually wheat or tapioca, digest rapidly, turning into glucose in minutes. Your blood sugar spikes, triggering a flood of insulin to bring it down. Over time, these constant spikes wear down your insulin sensitivity, contributing to prediabetes, weight gain, and energy crashes. In fact, a 2020 study published in Clinical Nutrition found that imitation crab caused a glycemic response nearly identical to white bread. That's right, this so-called seafood behaves more like a donut in your bloodstream. Even more alarming? The same study found that seniors who consumed surimi 3 times a week had 2.6 times higher fasting insulin levels than those who didn't eat it at all. That's a major warning sign for insulin resistance, the stepping stone to type 2 diabetes. But it doesn't end there. A single serving of imitation crab can contain over 700 milligrams of sodium before you even add soy sauce or dressing. For aging kidneys and stiff arteries, this level of salt can wreak havoc. Here's how. High sodium intake causes fluid retention, which increases blood pressure. It burdens the kidneys, which naturally lose function with age. It contributes to dizziness, fatigue, swelling in the legs, and even cardiovascular strain. Now imagine someone over 60, already dealing with borderline blood pressure or mild kidney stress, adding imitation crab into their diet regularly, believing it's a healthier option. It's a metabolic trap. Even worse, it robs you of the nutrients you think you're getting. Real crab meat is rich in zinc, B12, omega-3s, and selenium, all essential for joint repair, immune support, and cognitive health. Imitation crab? It contains virtually none of those benefits. You're getting salt, sugar, and starch, not healing omega-3s or protective vitamins. Take Linda, a 72-year-old widow from Georgia, trying to eat affordably and stay healthy. She replaced shrimp with imitation crab in her salads and soups. Within 6 months, her doctor noted higher blood pressure, a sharp rise in fasting insulin, and early signs of peripheral neuropathy. "I thought I was being smart," she said. "I had no idea it was just junk food dressed as seafood." And that's the deception. Imitation crab masquerades as a smart seafood swap. It's cheap. It's easy. It tastes familiar. But inside your body, it behaves like a processed snack, spiking blood sugar, stressing your kidneys, inflaming your joints, and offering none of the protective benefits you were hoping for. So if you've been reaching for crab sticks in the grocery store or ordering seafood salads made with surimi at restaurants, it's time to stop. Your metabolism, blood vessels, and energy levels deserve better than this illusion. Coming up next, a seafood so refined and delicate that it's often seen as a gourmet option. Yet inside it lurks a toxic heavy metal that accumulates in your kidneys and may silently be damaging your filtration system without a single symptom. Stay tuned for number 3, scallops, the heavy metal trap damaging senior kidneys. They look clean, taste elegant. Seared scallops on a white plate might seem like the safest choice on the menu. But for older adults, scallops carry a hidden and dangerous secret. And it's not about fat or calories. It's about cadmium. Scallops are filter feeders. That means they absorb whatever's in the water around them, including heavy metals like cadmium, and concentrated inside their tissue. And unlike pollutants from oil spills or waste, cadmium isn't just an accident. It's a natural part of how shellfish feed. A 2022 study in toxicology reports found that just one small serving of scallops could contain up to 1.8 micrograms of cadmium per gram. That adds up fast. The World Health Organization recommends a weekly limit of 7 micrograms per kilogram of body weight. For a senior weighing 70 kilograms, even a few scallops could push you past the safe threshold. And cadmium doesn't just pass through your system. It accumulates, especially in your kidneys, which already weaken with age. Over time, this silent buildup leads to protein leaking into urine, blood pressure rising, constant fatigue, and eventually irreversible kidney damage. What makes this so terrifying? There are no early symptoms. You don't feel it until the damage is already done. And unlike other toxins, cadmium takes decades to leave the body. But that's not all. You might think, well, at least scallops are good for omega-3s. Think again. Scallops contain less than 30 milligrams of EPA and DHA, the powerful omega-3s. That's next to nothing. For comparison, oysters deliver over 500 milligrams in the same serving. That's more than 16x the benefit. So not only are scallops dangerously toxic, they're nutritionally weak. You're exposing your body to heavy metals and getting nothing in return. If you're over 60, this isn't just about seafood preference. It's about protecting your kidneys, preserving energy, and avoiding silent damage that could land you in the hospital later in life. Coming up next, a small chewy seafood that millions eat every week. One that causes cholesterol to spike and could even trigger a shellfish allergy later in life, even if you've never had one before. Ready for number 2? Perfect. Let's move on. Number 2, shrimp, the cholesterol bomb that betrays seniors. It's small. It's juicy. It's everywhere. Shrimp is one of the most consumed seafoods in the world, especially among seniors. But if you're over 60, shrimp might be doing far more harm than good. Just 3 ounces of shrimp, a small handful, packs in 180 milligrams of cholesterol. Now, here's why that matters. As we age, our arteries stiffen, our liver slows, and our body becomes far less efficient at handling dietary cholesterol. What didn't matter at 30 or 40 can spike your risk of a heart attack at 65. A 2021 study in Circulation tracked over 8,700 seniors and found something shocking. Seniors consuming more than 300 milligrams of dietary cholesterol per day had a 35% higher risk of stroke and a 24% greater risk of coronary heart disease. And remember, just that small shrimp serving puts you over halfway there. But cholesterol isn't the only threat hiding in that cocktail sauce. Shrimp contains a muscle protein called tropomyosin, one of the most common shellfish allergens. And here's the kicker. Even if you've eaten shrimp your whole life with no problem, you can still develop a new allergy after 60. The Journal of Allergy and Clinical Immunology reports that 14% of seniors develop new-onset shellfish allergies after age 65. The symptoms? Tingling lips, skin rashes, breathing problems, or even life-threatening anaphylaxis. Even mild reactions, like bloating, cramps, or fatigue, can slowly erode your gut health, immunity, and energy. That's not just discomfort. That's your body sending warnings. And there's still more. Even when cleaned, microscopic bits of shrimp shell often remain. It's called chitin, a tough fiber that your digestive system can't break down. For seniors with slower digestion, this can cause gas, bloating, irregular bowels, and a heavy, blocked-up feeling. And here's the final blow. Most shrimp sold today isn't wild, it's farmed, especially the frozen kind. And these farms? They're notorious for using banned antibiotics like oxytetracycline and enrofloxacin, which end up in your food. A 2022 study in food control found over 42% of frozen shrimp from Southeast Asia tested positive for antibiotic residues. These residues can damage your gut microbiome, increase antibiotic resistance, harm your metabolic health. So what does this all mean? If you're eating shrimp thinking it's a light, healthy protein, stop. For seniors, it's a trap. Sky-high cholesterol, allergy-triggering proteins, indigestible shell particles, toxic antibiotic residues, all packed into one deceptively small package. But we're not done yet. Up next is the #1 most dangerous seafood for seniors. It's chewy, looks innocent, and slips into stir-fries and soups around the world. Yet new research shows it may be accelerating arthritis and sending your blood fat levels into the danger zone. Coming up, the silent saboteur of senior health. #1. Excellent. Let's keep the momentum going. #1. Squid, the silent saboteur of senior health. You've seen it on restaurant menus, served as calamari, tossed into stir-fries, or simmered in seafood stews. It's light, chewy, and often marketed as a lean protein. But for seniors over 60, squid is anything but harmless. In fact, it may be the most dangerous seafood you can eat. Let's start with the numbers. Just 3 ounces of cooked squid, a few forkfuls, contains nearly 200 milligrams of cholesterol. That's a staggering 65% of your recommended daily limit in one tiny portion. Why is this alarming? Because once you cross 60, your liver doesn't process cholesterol the way it used to. It becomes sluggish, meaning more cholesterol stays in your bloodstream, raising the risk of plaque buildup, heart attacks, strokes. A 2021 study in the journal Nutrients found that seniors with high cholesterol intake had a 43% higher risk of arterial stiffness and 31% higher risk of serious heart events. But that's just the beginning. Squid is also extremely high in purines, natural compounds that break down into uric acid in your body. In your younger years, your kidneys could flush this acid out efficiently. But after 60, that system starts to lag. When uric acid builds up, it crystallizes in your joints, triggering gout, a condition known for sudden, excruciating pain, swelling, and redness, especially in the big toe or ankles. And get this, gout isn't rare in older adults. The Journal of Gerontology revealed that seniors who ate purine-rich seafood, like squid, more than twice a week had a 54% higher risk of chronic joint inflammation within just 2 years. If you've been waking up with stiff fingers, swollen ankles, or a sudden joint pain that makes walking difficult, it might not be just aging. It could be squid silently inflaming your joints from within. And there's more. Squid is also low in omega-3s, the essential fatty acids known to fight inflammation, support heart health, enhance brain clarity, protect your vision. So not only is squid hurting you, it's not even helping in the ways we expect seafood to. Worse still, squid often absorbs heavy metals like mercury and cadmium, depending on where it's caught. Older bodies don't detoxify heavy metals efficiently. This leads to brain fog, poor kidney function, hormonal imbalance, and even neurological issues. If you're noticing unexplainable fatigue, foggy thinking, or stubborn blood pressure spikes, take a look at what's on your dinner plate. And here's the kicker. Unlike salmon or sardines, squid gives you none of the protective fats or muscle-supporting nutrients your body craves after 60. So what are you left with? High cholesterol, gout-triggering purines, toxic metals, no omega-3s. For seniors trying to preserve joint health, protect their heart, and stay mobile, squid is not just a bad choice, it's a silent saboteur. If you've ever ordered calamari thinking it's the lighter option, it's time to rethink your plate. But don't worry, there's hope. Up next, we'll shift from danger to healing. Because while some seafoods destroy from the inside out, others can. Rebuild collagen, lower inflammation, soothe aching joints, and even reverse signs of aging. Stay with us, because we're about to reveal the 4 best seafood seniors should eat daily to stay sharp, mobile, and strong well into your 70s and beyond. Ready for the good news? Let's dive in. Number 4. Sea cucumber, the joint-soothing collagen booster you've never heard of. It doesn't look appetizing. It doesn't trend on Instagram. But sea cucumber may be the most overlooked joint-healing superfood for seniors. And it's time you knew about it. Sea cucumber isn't a vegetable. It's a marine animal, soft-bodied, gelatinous, and rich in the very compound your body desperately needs after 60. Let's talk collagen. Sea cucumber contains collagen-like proteins and chondroitin sulfate, both of which help repair joint cartilage and improve elasticity in tissues. These aren't synthetic nutrients in a pill. These are natural, bioavailable healing agents that your body can recognize and use efficiently. A study in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences showed that older adults who consumed sea cucumber extract daily experienced 35% reduction in joint pain, significant improvement in flexibility in just 12 weeks. That's faster than many over-the-counter anti-inflammatories and without the stomach side effects. What makes sea cucumber so powerful? It contains rare compounds called triterpene glycosides, natural inflammation fighters that act like gentle pain relievers. And unlike NSAIDs, they don't damage your gut lining or raise your blood pressure. But there's more. Sea cucumber is a natural source of chondroitin sulfate, one of the top ingredients found in expensive joint supplements. Except here, it comes in a form your body absorbs more easily. So instead of taking a shelf full of pills, you could simmer this marine food into soup twice a week and support your knees, hips, and spine naturally. It may not win any culinary awards, but it wins where it matters by reducing joint stiffness, increasing mobility, and restoring collagen from the inside out. Here's how to prepare it. Soak dried sea cucumber for 24 to 48 hours. Boil gently with anti-inflammatory herbs like turmeric and ginger. Add to soups, congis, or stews. When prepared this way, it maintains its gelatinous texture, a sign of its collagen-rich nature, and becomes a subtle, nourishing ingredient for your healing routine. Forget the pricey joint supplements. This humble sea creature might do more for your knees, skin, and flexibility than anything else in your pantry. Coming up next, a strange green-shelled mussel from New Zealand that's turning heads in the natural medicine world and could reduce joint pain by over 40% in just 3 months. Shall we move on to number 3? Number 3, green-lipped mussels, New Zealand's secret for pain-free joints. You've probably never heard of them, but these vibrant, green-shelled mussels from New Zealand, called green-lipped mussels, are quietly becoming one of the most effective natural remedies for joint pain, inflammation, and mobility issues in seniors. What makes these mussels so powerful isn't just their omega-3 content. It's a rare fatty acid called ETA, eicosapentaenoic acid, something regular fish oil doesn't offer. ETA is a natural enzyme blocker. Specifically, it blocks 5-lipoxygenase, a key enzyme that drives joint inflammation, stiffness, and swelling in aging adults. In plain terms, green-lipped mussels don't just reduce pain, they target its source. A 2020 study in Nutrients showed something remarkable. Seniors who took green-lipped mussel extract daily for 12 weeks experienced 42% reduction in joint pain, 35% improvement in physical function. But it doesn't stop at joints. These mussels are also packed with zinc for immune function and wound healing, selenium to fight oxidative stress, iodine to support your thyroid and energy metabolism, iron for fighting fatigue and keeping your blood strong. That's a nutritional package most supplements can't compete with. If you've been struggling with knee pain, hip stiffness, or just feeling slower after walking or standing, green-lipped mussels might be the upgrade your joints have been begging for. Here's the best part. You don't need fancy extracts. You can steam them fresh with garlic, parsley, and a squeeze of lemon for a delicious anti-inflammatory meal. Or find them frozen and gently heat They retain most of their beneficial fats when cooked properly. They taste slightly sweet, slightly briny, and they're far more satisfying than another handful of capsules. Coming up next, a humble, ancient shellfish that holds the secret to reversing nutrient deficiencies that quietly drain your strength, clarity, and immune resilience, especially after 60. Let's move on to number 2. Number 2, oysters, nature's multivitamin for seniors. If there's one seafood that deserves a spot on every senior's plate, it's not salmon, and it's definitely not shrimp, it's oysters. Why? Because oysters are nature's multivitamin, but better. No fillers, no artificial anything, just dense, bioavailable nutrition straight from the ocean that your aging body can actually absorb and use. Let's start with zinc. Just 2 medium oysters deliver over 100% of your daily zinc needs. That's critical because after 60, zinc absorption drops dramatically. And when that happens, so does your immunity, skin healing, taste, energy, and brain clarity. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that nearly 40% of adults over 60 were zinc deficient and didn't even know it. Next up, vitamin B12. Oysters are packed with it. Just 3 ounces give you more B12 than a full-size steak. Why does that matter? B12 protects your nerves, boosts energy, and helps prevent memory loss. A 2021 study in the Journal of Nutrition and Healthy Aging showed seniors low in B12 were 73% more likely to suffer cognitive decline. That means slower thinking, forgetfulness, even confusion. But B12 from oysters? It's natural, it's potent, and your body knows exactly how to use it. Oysters also bring selenium, essential for thyroid and immune function. Copper, needed for red blood cell formation and collagen production. Iron, critical for fighting fatigue and oxygen delivery. This nutrient lineup is especially important for anyone struggling with low energy, brittle nails, hair thinning, or slow recovery after injuries. And yes, they're loaded with omega-3s too, helping reduce inflammation, protect your heart, and keep your joints well lubricated. Best of all, oysters are low in calories and naturally low in mercury, making them a much safer choice compared to larger fish like tuna. Quick tip, eat them raw with lemon and vinegar if you're comfortable, or lightly steam or grill with garlic and herbs. Avoid deep frying, you'll destroy the good stuff. So if you're tired of popping pills, tired of chasing energy, and tired of feeling just a little off, maybe it's time to turn to oysters, a time-tested, science-backed, delicious way to reclaim your strength. Coming up next, the number 1 most powerful body-repairing seafood for anyone over 60. It's not fish, not shrimp, not even shellfish. It's a plant from the sea, and it may be the closest thing to edible medicine ever discovered. Number 1, sea moss, the most powerful body-rebuilding marine superfood for seniors. It's not fish. It's not shellfish. It's not even something you'll see on most dinner plates. But if you're over 60, dealing with joint stiffness, skin sagging, fatigue, poor digestion, or just feeling off more days than not, then sea moss, also known as Irish moss, may be the most important food you're not eating. Let's break the silence around this sea plant. Because the truth is, sea moss is one of the most complete healing and restorative foods on the planet, especially for aging bodies. It's not hype, it's science. Over 90 essential trace minerals. Sea moss contains 92 of the 102 minerals your body needs, naturally occurring in perfect balance, and most importantly, bioavailable. That means your body actually absorbs and uses them. We're talking about magnesium for nerve and muscle function, potassium for blood pressure and mood, selenium for thyroid health, iron to fight fatigue, zinc to boost immunity, sulfur for skin repair and joint detox. This isn't synthetic multivitamin fluff. These are real minerals from real food, as your body was designed to process. Collagen rebuilder, even though it has no collagen. You may have heard collagen drops sharply after 60. That's true. Your body produces far less, leading to wrinkles, aching joints, brittle hair, and slower healing. But here's the twist. Sea moss helps your body rebuild collagen naturally. How? It delivers the building blocks of collagen, vitamin C, sulfur, proline, and amino acids. It doesn't just mask the loss, it fuels your body to regenerate it from the inside out. A 2022 study in marine drugs showed seniors who consumed sea moss daily experienced a 37% improvement in joint mobility, 29% reduction in dry, aging skin, 23% boost in physical energy within just 8 weeks, all without a single pill or powder. Gut repair and digestive support. Struggling with constipation, acid reflux, or unpredictable digestion. Sea moss helps there too. Thanks to its mucilaginous texture, that smooth gel-like quality, it forms a protective barrier in your gut, calming inflammation, easing digestion, and even sealing microscopic gut leaks that contribute to bloating, fatigue, and poor nutrient absorption. It also feeds the good bacteria in your intestines, helping rebalance your microbiome, a huge factor in mood, memory, and immunity after 60. Thyroid and hormonal balance. Many seniors unknowingly suffer from low thyroid function, fatigue, dry skin, cold hands, memory fog, weight gain. Sound familiar? Sea moss is naturally rich in iodine, which fuels thyroid hormones like T3 and T4. It's one of the few plant-based sources of this critical nutrient, especially valuable if you avoid table salt or have switched to non-iodized salts like pink Himalayan. Lung and immune support. With its antiviral and anti-inflammatory properties, sea moss also supports lung function. Many seniors report easier breathing, fewer seasonal illnesses, and less mucus buildup within just 1 to 2 weeks of daily use. How to use it? Sea moss comes dried. To activate, rinse thoroughly. Soak for 12 to 24 hours in clean water. Blend into a smooth gel. Store in the fridge and use 1 to 2 tablespoons per day. You can stir it into smoothies, herbal teas, don't boil, soups after cooking, applesauce, or oatmeal. It's neutral in taste, easy on digestion, and powerful from the very first spoonful. You don't need a supplement cabinet filled with pills. You need fuel that works with your body, not against it. And for seniors, sea moss is one of the most complete body-repairing marine foods available. Joint pain, digestive struggles, dry skin, fatigue, weak immunity? Sea moss touches it all. So if you're serious about rebuilding from the inside out, start here. Because after 60, every bite matters more than ever. What if the seafood on your plate was more than just a meal? What if it was either slowly breaking down your body or silently rebuilding it? Because after 60, the rules change. Your body isn't as forgiving. Your liver processes cholesterol slower. Your kidneys take longer to clear toxins. Your collagen? It starts vanishing like vapor. And every bite of food becomes a choice, to heal or to harm. It's not about fear. It's about power. You now have the power to say, no more silent suffering. No more guessing. No more eating blindly. You've just uncovered 5 of the most dangerous seafoods that could be fueling joint pain, brain fog, high blood pressure, and fatigue. These aren't rare. They're popular, common, trusted by millions. But beneath the surface, they carry risks your aging body can no longer afford. And in the second half of this journey, you met 4 ocean-based superfoods, from collagen-rich sea cucumber to nutrient-packed sea moss, that can help reverse that damage, rebuild cartilage, restore your energy, and protect your skin, joints, heart, and brain. So here's your next step. Go to your fridge or pantry. Check what's there. Cross out the dangerous seafoods, shrimp, squid, imitation crab, scallops, if they're in your weekly rotation. Start small. Add in 1 healing food this week. Maybe oysters. Maybe sea moss. Maybe green-lipped mussels. Just 1. And see how you feel. See what changes. Because this is the kind of food that doesn't just fill your stomach. It feeds your future. And we want to help you build that future. 1 day, 1 plate, 1 healing step at a time. So now we ask you, which of these seafoods surprised you the most? Have you ever tried sea moss? Or will you now? Let us know in the comments. We read every one, and your story might just help another senior make a life-saving decision. And if you found this video helpful, share it with someone you love. A neighbor, a parent, a friend. We reveal the 4 worst seafoods you should never touch and 4 you must eat for a healthier you in our full video. Link in bio. And don't forget to hit subscribe for more vital health insights every week. Because senior health matters, and you deserve the strength, clarity, and vitality to enjoy every single year ahead.